I just was almost somehow divinely led to making monsters.
It all started with him. It'll end with him.
You know, it's never about going back to a technique that someone else has used. It's always about going in and trying to figure out a new and fresh way to do things.
Ever wondered how they create those incredibly monstrous effects in the movies? Animatronic and prosthetic specialist Steve Johnson reveals some of his very own scare tactics.
As a child, I was always really creative. I was always trying to make things out of anything I could find. I was kind of left to my own devices, and I would do absolutely ridiculous things like peeling the skin off apples, putting them in the sun, letting them dry, and then peeling that dried, wrinkly skin from the apple and gluing it with Elmer's glue to my friends.
Where others fear to tread, Johnson's led the pack with his bone-chilling creations.
The creative process for creating a character for a film, for a horror film in particular, you read the script, you think about what kind of emotion you want to get from the audience when they see this character. It can still be scary, it can still be disgusting, it can still be horrifying. But I think awe-inspiring is really the thing that I try to strive for.
He's left a terrifying mark on over 60 major motion pictures, from An American Werewolf in London to Blade 2.
We had to come up with a race of super vampires that would absolutely freak out the audience and be completely startling and be unlike anything that was ever seen. Once the idea was decided upon, the direction to go in, to have their mouths basically become enormous, the lower half of their heads became mouths, we had to figure out how to do that. So we decided the best way to do it was to create two puppets. Number one was to create a puppet that looked exactly like the actor that was about to have his maw open. That way, we wouldn't have a lot of intricate substructure and mechanism that would distort it and keep it from looking like the actor, because you want to be able to cut directly from the actor with his makeup on to the puppet that goes bam, like this. And it was pretty striking.
Get you later.
The future of the industry is frightfully well off, thanks in part to Steve Johnson's hair-raising inventions.
You know, it's always about keeping ourselves excited and wanting to come to work excited in the morning and doing the best we can, impressing each other as well as audiences. The way I would like to be thought of in this industry is a real innovator. Someone whose designs were really striking, someone who really brought a lot to the films as a filmmaker and created some very memorable characters and effect sequences that are quite out of the ordinary.